appears that Donald Trump's immigration agency is experiencing some inner turmoil as the amount of deportations conducted by ICE continues to not be what Trump and MAGA were hoping for. According to ICE data obtained by NBC News, immigration and customs enforcement agents deported fewer immigrants in February than they did under the Biden administration during the same month a year ago.
Whoopsie.
According to the data, ICE deported around 11,000 migrants last month, the first full month Trump was in office, compared to just over 12,000 in February of 2024. All right. Now, one of the big reasons for that, of course, is there's just less people coming over the border, less border crossings, both legal and illegal. Okay. Now, Donald Trump claimed that, you know what we're going to do? We're going to deport the worst, right? We're going to get rid of the worst. We're going to get rid of the criminals. We're going to get rid of all those people. That's not true, because of the people deported in February, roughly half of them did not have criminal convictions or pending criminal charges. So they weren't actually the worst of the worst. They weren't criminals at all. These are people that, yes, didn't have documentation, which is a civil, a civil issue, not a criminal issue. So now the number of immigrants without criminal records arrested by ICE and deported increased only slightly from the end of the Biden administration, from 223 in December to 390 in February. So they're getting rid of the quote-unquote good ones, okay? The ones without any criminal convictions, or the non-criminals, of course. So what's interesting here about the data is, while deportations are down, detentions have increased. Oh, okay. So now ICE arrested more than 20,000 immigrants during Trump's first month in office. That's a 111% increase compared to the average monthly number of arrests during the last fiscal year. So Biden deported more, Trump deported less, but has put more people in prison. ICE under Trump is holding about 10% more detainees than it was at the end of the Biden administration, according to the agency's public data. At the end of February, ICE is holding almost 44,000 migrants in detention. So many, of course, that they are starting to run out of room. And ironically, and you're going to love this, since they don't have enough room, they are releasing the migrants back into the U.S. on a monitoring program because there's just not enough room. Oops. Now, here's the thing. The real kicker, right? Remember, one of the reasons, we got to get rid of the immigrants because they're costing us so much. Wait, no, all of this costs more money. And so now they're begging Congress, please send us more money. We need more money to do more deportations, and we need more money for more prison space. We need to go and pay these private prisons more and more money to house non-violent, non-criminal migrants. The whole thing is an entire, it's a boondoggle, okay? It's such a waste of money, okay? Now, all of this, of course, has led to problems within this agency when it comes to like staff and morale. In fact, NBC's Julia Ainsley reported that a key ally of Trump advisor Stephen Miller ended up being ousted as a result.
I think this explains a lot of that inner turmoil, where we saw the acting head of ICE get reassigned to another part of ICE. They replaced him very quickly. That's someone who had a relationship with Stephen Miller and was handpicked for that job, and now they're replacing him. We know that Border Czar Tom Homan is very frequently on calls with ICE, telling them they need to ramp up their deportation numbers. They tried giving them quotas that they weren't able to meet. Of course, they've assigned many people from DOJ components, like the ATF and DEA to go out and help make these arrests. None of that has actually brought the deportation numbers as high as they want them to. I will say, Allie, one key thing that they could do, or that they want to do, that could increase, is more money. If they get more money from Congress, which could be a long time coming, they can increase detention space, and then they could arrest and deport more people. Of course, they tried that in Guantanamo Bay, and now, as we've reported here, of course, they're rethinking that policy because that turned out to be so expensive and not logistically possible either. But this explains, I think, these deportation numbers explain why we've seen so much hand-wringing, the anger, the firings. It's because of these numbers, and that's one of the reasons why they haven't been as public with these as they have been with the arrest numbers, which are up.
And there it is. Look, all of this should show you that the claims that they made about immigrants during this election were completely untrue. It was all bullshit. Okay? The claim, oh, we got the millions of people coming over the border. They're pouring over the border as if we're in like World War Z or something. Okay? No, that didn't happen. We're not having a migrant invasion. We never were. Biden deported more people than Donald Trump in his term. And guess what? Obama also deported more people during his presidency than Trump had. Even by the way, with the scaling back of rights of immigrants, of asylum seekers, and the increase in ICE, presence and enforcement, they still are not able to deport enough people. Because it turns out that illegal immigration wasn't exactly that big of a problem. Not as big as what Donald Trump had claimed during the election and the right wing, okay? Look, I'm not saying that there wasn't border crossings. There were quite a few during the Biden administration. And a lot of that happened to be asylum seekers. And you know what? President Biden cracked down on that. I disagreed with that. But it is the reality, okay? Yes, he made it harder for asylum seekers to come into the country. Asylum seekers escaping from, war and poverty and things like that, and natural disasters, Biden cracked down on that. And so that's the reality. And that said, now with Donald Trump in charge, people are just not coming over. It's not worth the effort anymore, right? They're not going to be able to deliver, Trump is, on the promises, because their promises were never based in reality. Their promises were only based on lies and conspiracy theories. And that's why they're hiding their numbers. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.